do what you got to do to do it as a side gig. You're going to do it along with whatever else you're doing. Now, you are a person that is in the spotlight from separate communities, and you're not the regular celebrity that everybody thinks. You are Eli. You are Coach Eli. Can you say your last name so I don't mess it up?
Melis, Melas,
Melis. Okay, Melis. You are Coach Eli Melis, and there's a lot of people that say, well, why do we watch him? And why do we do all these things? I personally witnessed you not even being on a live stream, and other channels and other communities were watching your chat just to see when you were going to pop up. And I was like, if this guy is not that intriguing, then why are they doing that? Now, what I came to realize, when you said that you lost 500K in content theft, and I witnessed those people sit there and wait like you were Michael Jackson coming into a concert and he was late, I was like, why are they doing that for Eli, but they bash him? Now, when he says 500K and they're waiting like that, I wonder how many channels are waiting for him to do that. So when he says 500K, is he wrong? Now, I want you to justify you losing 500K because people are using and stealing your content.
Okay. Fair question, Robert. Well, I've mentioned this many times on my channel, but I'll mention it here again for your audience. And again, thank you for having me here. So basically, I've been doing this semi-full-time, or just call it full-time, for 6 years now. So if you take 500,000, you divide it by 6 years, that's $83,000 a year. And it's not unreasonable for a YouTuber to make $83,000 a year with a good brand, some merchandise, ad revenue, and memberships and sponsorship and stuff like that. That's a fair number, right, Robert? $83K a year, right?
Yeah, well, whatever your number is, you put it there.
Okay, we'll put it there, right? So $83K a year. How I come up with that number? There were a ton of people. There were two, and I want to make this very clear. I made peace with these creators. I'm not going to mention their names, but I'm at peace with the ones that initially started this. So I'm not here to stir up the pot with them, and, I wish them the best, and, we're on civil terms. But to share the story, there were a couple of creators 4 or 5 years ago that started to rebroadcast every single one of my live streams in their entirety. They would basically, really defame and degrade my content. They're doing the same thing that other woman, who she is. She came at YouTube. You can mention her name, but I won't. They're doing the same thing that she's doing, but they did it a lot better and they made a lot more money. Also, a couple of these creators were paid by a sponsor to create content. Now, I was saying back then that, it was a targeted hate attack on me, and they were, being sponsored to do Eli hate content, but the sponsor was saying, "This, we're just paying you to create any content. It so happens to include Eli content." They had to say that to protect themselves, right? You get what I'm saying? Between,
didn't they take over the Genuine Networking Association? Didn't they take over that, and now it's official that they have that? My thing is, they're saying that it's there, and I'm like, if they don't care about what you do, why would they try to even go ahead and take over something that you put out there?
Well, we're kind of switching from one thing to the other. Do you want me to finish justifying the 500K?
Yeah. No, justify that and then go into that, because that's a part of what goes into that.
Yeah, so basically, there were two creators. Between the both of them were getting paid $5,000 a month to create content regarding anything they wanted to create, but 95% of their content was rebroadcasting my entire live streams as they were happening live. And if I did a pre-recorded video, they would run a live stream and play the entire pre-recorded video to their audience, and they would trash talk it and get a ton of donations on top of their sponsorship. So, when you take the sponsorship alone, for those few years, like they were sponsored for 2 or 3 years, you're looking at, 60 grand a year right there on that alone. Plus they were making ad revenue. Plus they were making, $200-$300 a day through donations and super chats and cash apps and PayPals. When you take all of that on those 2 creators alone, that pretty much could justify that amount alone. But there were many more people that got involved as well. And again, I have nothing bad to say about these people. We are at peace. I'm not going to even mention them. They've moved on. They're doing their own thing. God bless them, etc. I'm just sharing this story to bring you some context of what I've experienced, what I've been through, and I'm still here after all that. I'm still moving forward. So that's pretty much it, And one more thing, Robert, here's the thing with YouTube. Like when you rebroadcast someone's entire live streams that's happening live, people will try to say it's fair use. No, fair use allows you to use small excerpts to, do criticism and commentary on them. And you do it right, Robert. When you do those minute or 2 videos, you use some clips in there. Hats off. You do fair use right. You create that content the right way.
This man's whole career. What career? But I'm not a rapper. What career? Look. You gotta point right here. Boom. Bam. Bop.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols
being sung by the fire.
By a choir, baby. And folks dressed up like Eskimos. Right. Everybody knows a turkey.
Bada bop boom. Pow.
Robert, remember this ain't nothing but a gangster party.
Party. Yeah. Ain't nothing but a
All right. Super hot fire. I spit that. 2.5 men. I watched that.
Outspoken, there's a time and place like what the F. Sit down and STFU. This is a safe space. Outspoken, you're getting close to being banned from mocking me.
Damn!
Fair use. No, fair use allows you to use small excerpts to, do criticism and commentary on them. And you do it right, Robert. When you do those minute or 2 videos, you use some clips in there. Hats off. You do fair use right. You create that content the right way. These Amelia, who says, welcome in the chat. Thank you for having me, Amelia and Robert. Shout out to my girlfriend, Dawn, as well. I think she may be listening in the other room.
She's listening. Yeah. She's listening because guess what, Eli? I got a lady. Yeah. You got a lady. And our ladies love watching our show, right?
Robert, you remember this? Hey, lady, let me tell you why. Remember that? I can't leave.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to make me get a robotic voice and sing the rest. Roger Troutman.
Yeah. That was what was the group name? Roger and Zap.
Zap and Roger.
Roger and Zap, that's right.
Computer love. Yeah.
Shooby doo wop doo doo wop, I wanna love you.
Love you.
Computer love. What I would do, we would file copyright takedown notices, right? Because if you're running a live stream and someone's rebroadcasting you, they're literally taking an audience away. And even if it's an audience of haters, that is your audience that could be, giving you ad revenue and stuff, right? So, we would file the copyright takedown. Then these people would file a counter notification. And when you file a counter notification, all you have to do is say it's fair use. YouTube will approve it. And then the person that filed the copyright, myself, has 10 business days to file a case in a federal copyright court, which costs a lot of money, or that video gets reinstated and the copyright strike gets removed. So a lot of these creators, even to this day, have exploited this flaw in copyright law to abuse and misuse other people's content to the point of where we had to stop people that were getting taken advantage in this way, like myself. We had to stop filing copyrights because all they would do is file a counter notification, and they basically got away with using our content, and they made all that money. I mean, it was just ridiculous because us small creators, we can't afford to pay 10 or 20 or 30K to sue somebody in federal copyright court. We can't do that. We can't afford that. So they exploited that. So that's what created this whole thing, right? Does that answer your question on the $500,000 there?
Yeah.
I mean, that's an estimated rough estimate right there, but it's a pretty good estimate in my opinion.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yes. No, that did that there. Now, you know, thank you for clarifying that.